Hello. Hello, everyone. Sorry about the delay. Having many technical difficulties. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hi. Oh, bye, apparently. Okay, sorry. My headphones weren't pairing, and then I'm all out of sorts. Hello. Hello, everyone. James Ross said, did we get a solution for the Lumicode issue last week? No. I did do a little more experimenting, but I've kind of given up. Let me, where's my stuff? Over here. Put it on the floor here. I think I might have, I may have damaged it. I don't know. So, if you weren't here last week, we ended up soldering the PPU digitizer onto this NES here. It's like a Lumicode generator thing for the NES. And we were not able to get it to work with the OSSC. Basically, this mod has like two outputs coming out of it. One is called ground. The other one is this Luma, which I'm assuming is the Lumicode. And that we wired up to the RCA jack here. So basically, you kind of delete RF or disconnect RF, and instead you have the Lumicode. And I even tried it separately with, I have a breakout board that's literally just, it's literally just the RCA and has like a screw down terminals or something. So I tried it with this as well, and it didn't make a difference. So I do not think that the problem lies with the connection to the RF module. I'm curious if there's a firmware update that needed to happen. I did buy these directly from Copper Dragon, so I bought a second one. I tried to remove it from this console with hot air, and it didn't really work so well. But before that, it actually didn't. It stopped outputting it all or altogether. So like in the beginning, I was able to get some detection of Lumicode in the OSSC. It was like the wrong colors or something, the wrong sampling frequency or something, because I know there is a bunch of settings specific to that you have to set in the OSSC. Didn't make a difference, whatever. I followed the little guide and I didn't find anything. Someone else who has partially finished basement full of retro stuff. I like the new place. Yeah, I mean, it's coming along. It's it's sort of on hiatus for a bit. I'm actually going to be doing the rest of my basement soonish. I've been working on it. You can't really. It's not like, well, yeah, it's hard to describe, but I've been working on things. Sorry, someone messaged me something. Okay, so I think that I'm kind of putting this on pause. I did order another one. It's my current theories are maybe it really only does work with that specific CPU revision or PPU revision. I have had an E variant of the whatever 2C0 whatever the heck the PPU is. I had an E variant when the more common and the one that the Lumicode module was developed on is the G one. So I have a few. The more I thought about it, actually, the more I realized that this is an excellent candidate for something like either Famicom or the Twin Famicom. So I actually might put the next one that I get into my Twin Famicom and hope that it's a G variant. Obviously, I won't do it if it's not. So I'll do a little bit of research. But I have a few Famicoms, because Famicoms have no other output type than RF, like the original Famicoms. So it seems like a cool way to use this to kind of give you digital output. So this is kind of on hold for now. That's all. I don't really know. I guess I could reach out to Copper Dragon and say, hey, do you have some time to help me figure it out? But I don't have that kind of time unfortunately right now. I'm going to Retro World. Of course I'm going to Retro World. Yeah, it's Retro World is only about 20 minutes from my house, so yeah. Okay, sorry. I was getting a message. Okay. So that's LumaCode. What else can we talk about before that? Ooh, I can say that I got this, although I have thoughts about it. You know, this is not really video related, but this is the 8BitDo mechanical keyboard, I suppose, the retro version. This is the Model M colorway. It's okay, it's plastic, so I've been kind of spoiled on metal keyboards. I have a KBD Fan 75 that I'm using here. But it's a 10 keyless. They do have a numpad attachment, or I guess it would go over here. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's actually blue or clicky switches. You can hear that they're very loud. It's a very loud keyboard. And I don't like the way that the spacebar feels, or sounds, I mean. It just kind of sounds weird, but, you know, I've been using it. It's all right. Seems to perform okay. I have 2 Copper Dragon boards in hand and a G-Code. What's a G-Code NES? Yeah, I like the color for sure of the Model M one. I figured that, you know, if I eventually have like a setup, a keyboard setup, whatever, I wish that they had a matching mouse, but I don't know. But with something like HID Man or HidMan, you could easily turn that into like a PS2 keyboard or an AT keyboard if you needed to. So it's cool. Hey, Rero. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to... Okay, sorry. I was getting distracted by something else. Okay. Wish the keyboard had separate pad for the keys. It does, actually. There is a separate USB. I know it's more expensive. I know it sucks. I wish that it, you know, for people that want the full-size one, I wish that there was a full-size one, because there are 104 key variants of some of the other colorways. I think the Famicom one has a full-size one. But there is a separate USB numpad that you can attach. So if you want to have a full set with the numpad and whatever, it's possible. It's just not together. I kind of get it. Okay. That's not what we're doing tonight. Tonight, let's see, is there anything else that I can talk about? Not really. Oh, I guess I'll mention that I'm working on ordering parts for the, trying to order the actual PCBs for the Sega Neptune. And I've kind of, yeah, we'll have to see how far that goes, but I want to do it. But all right, let's focus on what we're doing tonight, and that's the RetroGEM. Now, this is kind of half-assed, I guess you could say. I didn't even know that Dan was going to send me one of these last week. I still don't even think that the documentation is ready. But that's fine, because I got some photos from what's his name, Ludwig. Photos from Ludwig, who is a mod person. Like, they do mods for people, and they, you know, I don't know if specialized is the right word, but they do PixelFX installs and RetroGEM stuff. So they are one of the people that PixelFX sends the mods to early to get their feedback. So they've already done it, and I have some photos from them. So we're going to use those as inspiration. So this could go very badly. We're going to find out. So just bear with me. We'll go through all the pictures and things. they kind of gave some step-by-step instructions. So yeah, so let's get started. I think what we have to do first, this is a mistake, all these screws here. I took apart both an N64 and the NES, and now like all the screws are the same color, so I've kind of given up. I do have another N64, the purple one actually. If you watch my video when I did the TrogTech N64 shell, I had to put the bottom screws on. I put the bottom screws on with a screwdriver, which was probably not the move, but it was too hard to thread the screws in. So I need to use a drill, electric drill, to unscrew them. But I seem to have misplaced my, like, some of my my bits for, I know obviously these are game bit, but I had some other little bits that held the game bit thing for my drill, and I just lost those. So I'm waiting for that to order that stuff. So that's that. Okay. Oh, hello, Extrems. Okay, so what makes, Shill, hey, Dustin. What makes this interesting? I guess I started that as a sentence, but I guess I'm trying to say something instead, or a question. This is like just a sentence. What makes the GameCube RetroGEM interesting is, as far as I know, this is the first HDMI or first digital output mod for the GameCube that doesn't use GCVideo. I'm pretty sure, does the Pluto use GCVideo? As far as I know, everything that I know, so like even the Carby uses GCVideo. Pretty much everything does, and the RetroGEM does not. It uses the RetroGEM framework firmware. So that's sort of interesting. I mean, it's not going to make the GameCube look any better. If you watched the My Life in Gaming video about the GameCube, getting, I think it's maybe the RGB masterclass video about the GameCube, you'll know that I think the GameCube outputs at 422 or something. It's like it doesn't output 444 like the color depth is weird or something. So that's not going to be different, all right? It's going to be the same with this mod, I think, as far as I know. Oh, hey, everybody just jumped in here. We got Dustin, we got Bonbo Mods, Trevor, Rudolph. Oh, that's this GameCube has the flippy drive in it, so this is finally getting a digital video mod for this Japanese GameCube. Pluto uses GCVideo. Yep, GCVideo DVI was literally made on the Pluto. Oh, I didn't know that. That's like one of the only mods, like hard GameCube mods that I don't have, because I have a GC Dual. I have I guess that's it, right? GC Dual. There was never a Pluto beside the Pluto. But then you could use the Carby, obviously, if you have a digital, a GameCube model with the digital port. You can always do that. Hey, Wobbling Pixels, how you doing? Pluto is GCVideo. That's interesting. I didn't know that about. It was developed on that board. Hey, Bartleby. Dark One, hello. Okay, so let's get this GameCube open. Challenge is to take it apart without ripping the cable. This is where our SD card extension is for our flippy drive. And I think actually people who ordered a flippy drive, your flippy drives might be arriving shortly. Well, in February, right? There's a batch. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a batch coming in February still. Okay, I believe what I have to do to unscrew these screws on the GameCube is I have to use my little extension thingy for the my iFixit thing. Now you can force the cube boot into 480p mode. Oh, that's interesting. There's no way to do that other than oh, I guess could you have used the GC Dual the same way? Oh, what did I so there are more than. There's another thing that's interesting about this, and actually coming soon to a lot more gem kits. If you read the PixelFX newsletter, you know that Dan is working on, I believe it's for the N64 and the PlayStation 1. Maybe it's a Dreamcast. I wrote the freaking newsletter. I don't even know what console. There are going to be full-size HDMI port like options if you don't want a case cut, basically. Okay, I'm trying to keep organized now. Keep all my screws there. So the other thing that makes this special, other than the fact that it doesn't use GCVideo, is, where is this it? I guess that's it. Is the fact that it includes a full-size HDMI port. So I'm gonna do that in this console, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, but you guys can brew on it, right? So the kit is going to enable you to install the HDMI port, I believe. Now, don't quote me on this. This is kind of an experimental stream because the documentation is not written yet. You could put that full-size HDMI port in either position. It's like, let's say I think it doesn't disable the analog. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I believe if you put the HDMI port here, the digital port, you would still be able to use analog output. I don't think, probably not at the same time, but like if sometimes you want analog, you could do analog. If other times you wanted to use the HDMI, you can use the HDMI. So that's probably what I'll do, is replace the digital port here with the HDMI port. The frustrating thing about the GameCube is that the best GPU, it had the best GPU out of that generation, but none of the developers did anything good with it. Okay, let's take the SD card out. I do not remember how this goes together. Okay, great. Okay, so there's our little SD card extension. Let me just unplug it over here. So let's put this aside, the lid. I wouldn't replace either one. Yes, so that's why I said it's optional, because if you're familiar with the more traditional, is this it? Yes. Oh no, it's not. Okay, never mind. I have my Carby GameCube is down here. If you're familiar with the position of the Pluto output or the GC Dual, you'll know that it uses there's a little slot right there that you can cut, or actually there's a 3D print nowadays. Basically, you cut a hole right about here, or there's a 3D printable face bracket that does the same thing. So you can get mini HDMI there. So that's the other optional spot. So you can replace this one, that one, or you can use the old GC Dual spot. And that is easier nowadays with that 3D printable thing. So I'm just gonna choose to replace one of these ports because I have enough GameCubes, and it's no cut, right? So the idea is, I think, that you can replace it. So yeah, you can do the cut and add the HDMI and keep both ports. Yep. So that's just for simplicity. I'm going to, what the hell? My camera is very high up here. There we go. Sorry about that. I was wondering why everything was out of not focusing, right, or whatever. Okay. So I guess we have to get down to the motherboard. Guess I didn't really prepare that much for this stream, but that's fine. We're just gonna send it. Let's take this front part off here. We've got to get down to that motherboard. Now, actually, this is a terrible idea. I don't know what I was thinking with not putting away any of these other screws, but we'll figure it out. Okay, there's not that many different types of screws on the GameCube. Okay, now let's start unscrewing things. I can put my giant extension back. Okay. Start at the front here. There are a lot of screws that are very similar to older models on the GameCube. So like, these are screws from the N64. I think they go around the expansion pack slot. These are the screws that go on the memory card things on the GameCube. So they use the exact same screw. That's interesting. Did the Xbox have a higher clocked GPU? Finally started modding a GameCube this year, and I'd like to have an HDMI mod next, so this will be great to see. Yep. As far as I know, the plan is still to have them released this month. But, you know, I'm not Dan, so unfortunately, I'm not involved with, you know, the planning or distribution or selling or whatever. So, okay, let's think about this. Because it's already modded, I kind of have to, how am I going to do this? Sorry, I'm just trying to, oh, are these screws shorter than the original ones? Oh no, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they're the same size as the rest of those ones. Fixed function GPUs are very different than modern ones. Some of the RETROGEMS demos show the powerful things you could do with TEV stages and shaders. Oh, God! I almost dropped that screw on the ground, sorry. Like running Conway's Game of Life entirely on the GPU. That generation was held back by the PS2. Xbox did some good upgrade ports. Yeah, I remember when Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out and San Andreas came out on the Xbox. They performed better, didn't they? Or like there was the ports for the GameCube or the Xbox were better, or you know, better draw distance, things like that. Might have had a higher frame rate or something. Man, it's wild to think that GTA used to be only PlayStation, right? Pretty much. Oh, I forgot to mention something earlier, and this may only a few of you may care about this. I also ordered a FM Towns computer, not an FM Towns Marty, but an FM Towns computer, which, as far as I know, I think can also play FM Towns Marty games. Or vice versa. Maybe it was the FM Towns Marty could play the FM Towns computer games. Something like that. But I ordered it from Bai, so it's going to take a while to get here. Actually, the auction... No, I didn't buy it from Bai. What am I talking about? I bought it from Zen Market. CEO told me about. He showed me a model to get. So I got one of the desktop variants. Not the Gray Tower one, but it's like a... It looks like a you know, a retro computer. The interesting thing about the FM Towns is it uses like kind of like, it's like a clone IBM basically, a 386 in some versions, and some versions had 486s. So it's definitely interesting. Okay, more geometry. Oh, for the Xbox. Okay, so let's try to remove this thing without breaking our flippy drive. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I think for the time being, I need to take this out as well. Gotta remember to put that back in when we're reassembling. Let's put that over here. I do not know how long this will take. I also don't know if we have to do any case cutting. Don't remember when I heard it, but apparently GTA 3 was first offered to Microsoft as an Xbox exclusive, and they said no. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of scary. Imagine before GTA 3 coming out and like trying to explain that game to people. Jeez. Okay, sorry, I was taking the fan off, so I don't think I need that. I think I've got to remove these heatsink screws now. I think I need the motherboard completely removed, but I could be wrong. I'm almost there. Jeez, this feels like 20 minutes of taking screws apart. Yeah, I don't know. You say it's in hindsight, it's easy to say it was a bad move, but yeah, that, you know, it's a pretty violent game. I mean, I'm not like a violent game hater or whatever, but from a marketing perspective and from a business perspective, it's risky, you know? Okay, how do I take this off now? Is it just the motherboard? Ouch. I just cut my hand on this, these heat sinks. Okay, I think I'm wiggling it. Okay, there we go. All right. Now the rest of this can go away. Are these? I don't know why these things are bent. Huh. That's really weird. On this console, these angle things are kind of bent. It's weird. All right, whatever. Okay, here we have it. Now's where we need our photo. This is probably where I wanted to heat the GameCube up before I took it apart. I'm pretty sure that I have to take this off. Okay, I'm just looking at some photos. It might only be the bottom side that we need. Huh. I don't think that I need to remove this at all, actually. So I'm gonna leave this alone for now. I think most of the modifications we need to do are on the bottom, which is actually kind of a win. Yeah. Good knockoff components. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. From the pictures I got from Lootwig, I'm pretty sure that it's just the bottom here. So we're gonna roll forward. Okay, so here's where things get dicey, and hopefully I don't I don't know, leak any info or whatever. I think we're fine. Let's show the screen. And can I make this bigger? No. How do I make the font bigger? I don't know. Okay, so the first step is there's some decoupling capacitors. You can barely see them in this first photo. They're not, you guys can't see it at all. F. There's two, let me see if I can find the component. Here, I'll actually just show you. Actually, you know what, I'll boot up my microscope. I accidentally left my Hako desoldering iron on overnight last night, so don't do that. Don't be like me. Okay, we're going in. Oh shit. We're going in still, I promise. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Worked. All right, turn the light on. If he hasn't already gotten one, then I don't think Dan has extrems in his mind, although I could talk with Dan and see if anybody deserves one, it's definitely extrems. So I will talk with Dan if he has any, or when he has some, to send one to extrems if he wants. Because it's the right thing to do. Okay, sorry, so it's over by this, I don't know what this is called, AVENDOL. There's two capacitors here. I don't know, is it C11 and C7? Is that what, I guess that's it, right? We gotta delete these. So let's get rid of these. Now, I guess I should be careful because these are not the official instructions. Not that I don't trust Ludwig, but this is not how I would recommend you do this, right? So obviously you'll have the full instructions from Dan on how to do this. So don't be like me. But I just can't wait, and I'm just excited about it, so. Okay, sick. All right, so those two capacitors right there. So let's get our iron on. And gotta tweak the, there we go. Nice. All right, let's start with adding some solder. If I can, I want to preserve the position of these things so that if I ever have to undo this, I know what I did. So yeah, with that being said, yeah. Step one is to get them removed. Where are we here? Sometimes it's easy to get lost track of where you are on a microscope. Okay. Okay. I think I might have lost that. GG. GG. Might find it later, but oh, dang. Didn't want that to happen. Well, that's right. I wanted to preserve it, but I yeeted it like a dummy. Ugh, oh well. All right, let's get this other one off here. Okay, I preserved that one. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay, I got this. Hold up. Gotta unbend my tweezers. I was using them for something that I should not have used them for. Okay. Cool. Yeah, shit happens. Yep, true. Just don't get stressed about it too much. Okay, so I have the second one off the screen here. What I'm going to try to do is take all the solder off of it and then put it back where it goes. Actually, no, I'll do this too. Okay. I don't exactly know where things need to get soldered. Oh, that's why. Oh, okay, never mind. These needed to come off. All right, disregard. Disregard that, because these need to come off, because that's a location that the flex cable is going to solder to. All right, prep the vias. There's a ton of vias. Okay. Let's get the flex out. Okay, this is going to go slow because, like I said, these are not the right instructions, or the final instructions, I guess. So I'm taking out the flex cable, dropping it on the ground. Okay, I think right here is where this flex goes. Check that out. So that's why those decoupling capacitors needed to go, because the flex solders to those points. So let me turn down the light a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So let's start there. later on, we're going to have to find some vias to prepare. So, yeah. I think for now, though, we're okay. So let's try to start anchoring this down. Is it me, or does it kind of look like this flex is big? Maybe that's on purpose. It's like, it's not like, this would be if you were butting those right up against the legs themselves. But then if you do that, you're not going to reach down here, those two vias. So it actually needs to be all the way up here for those to stick. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm going to put some solder down, or flux down. Some good flux. And then we're going to send it. I'm also going to, you know what I should have done? I should have put fresh solder on this here. So let's do that. Please make sure you find the vias first before you put the flex down, just in case. I can, yeah, but they're definitely not underneath here. They're up here. Wait a minute. I know what you're saying. As a person who messes, the vias that I'm talking about are over here. Let's see. Let's go back to here. Oh, of course, my face cam. You dumb piece of garbage. Well, that's what you get. You get dumb garbage face because my Elgato cam link is terrible. Okay, so these little ones go down here. So that's kind of near the, I think maybe the digital port. So that's fine. So that's not in the way of anything. Here's a close-up of this solder here, so that's fine. Then the other vias are kind of up here to the right. So the first ones are here. We'll find them and we'll take the solder mask off to get some good contact. So that's the first couple of vias. Then there's two more here. So they're kind of up and out of the way, up above where I just was. So I don't think I'm in risk. And here's, I guess, a larger view of this part. This is a funky looking bracket. That's kind of neat, huh? That's how the morph, or that's how the RetroGEM attaches to the GameCube. Like that. So it solders, or it screws, I think, right? I don't see any screws though. Oh, I see. It just uses these little ones. And then there's a little flex cable extension for the HDMI port. That's the jumpers that we have to set later. Yeah, okay. All right, so I think I'm just gonna go through with this part, because the vias that we need to look out for are up here. So I think they're not under here, so. But yes, I appreciate the caution there. Okay, so. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do first before I do anything? Is I'm gonna put fresh solder on those pads there. Needs mustard, yes, nice. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Okay. Ah! Don't melt your oscilloscope there, buddy. This is just leaded solder, so I know that there's some kind of controversy surrounding what, to use leaded or non-leaded for this, because this system would have been originally not lead-free. But we're gonna go ahead and kind of mix our solder together here. Okay, making progress. I think it was this generation. So let's see, the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, perhaps the PlayStation 1? I don't know, actually. The N64? I don't know. Not sure. All right, let's add some more of this. Actually, you know what? I should have checked for bridging, but I think we're good. Let's add some more of that goop. And I'll put this down here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just stick it down with the solder that's here already. Okay. I'm looking down here. I'm looking here, before I continue, I'm looking at those two vias here and there, the ones here, making sure that I see a little bit at least. Because as soon as you dedicate and you start soldering this guy down, you might lose track of those. So I think this is probably fine. I'm not going to mess with it too much, but I do need to... You want to make sure that it's kind of like flat. I know this part of the console is not necessarily... There's a lot of stuff going on, so it's kind of hard. I think I'm definitely going to need to add more solder. Okay. I'm going to do this just kind of individually. I'm not going to drag solder or anything. I'm going to add some more flux just for ha-has. I know there's already a ton, but just being a little paranoid. Nice. Left side pin is bumped and might be shorting on the next pin. Left side pin is bumped. Solder blob on the regulator looking thing? Okay, I'll check it out. This thing down here, you mean? Okay. Oh, it's not a solder blob. It's a flux blob. Okay, here, let's go toward the middle. Okay. Oops. Probably shouldn't have had coffee before this stream. Now my hands are like shaking like crazy. Cool. Second pin on the left side. This thing? This side over here? Oops. Why does it look like, is this what you guys are talking about here? This is bent a little bit? Maybe I should have looked. Hello, Caden 3DS. No, I think they might be right. Okay, that's fine. Let's take it off. I have another flex if I need to, but let's see if I can hopefully. Oh yeah, look at that. That's strange. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, I might have lost the pad. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, no, this is a good call. You guys made the right. You guys said the right thing. I should have looked at that before I started. I think I might have lost the pad from the Oh, it's not a solder blob. It's the pin. The whole pin is sideways. What the heck? You guys can't see because it looks dark. Wait, let me turn this up. The pin is sideways. Okay, wait a minute. What the hell happened here? Okay, this is hard to do. Oh, this one looks sideways too. What happened to this thing? You guys can't really see it well, but that's another pad, or that might be that same pad floating around. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah. It's probably set to top. Why? I don't understand. I don't know why it doesn't do live chat. There we go. Yeah, I lost the pad on the flex. That's okay. Thankfully, Dan sent me two. Okay. Now, I think that we're okay. The only problem might be those pins might twist a little bit when I put the flex down. Oh, that's a shame. I nuked this flex. Lost two pads. Well, thankfully Dan sent us another one, or else that would have been the end of the stream. So I really can't mess up again. Okay. Let's start on the other end. That end is kind of scary. Okay. Okay. Ah! Yeah, I probably should be holding the flex cable in the hand that I need to use to solder. Okay, remember I'm looking down here at, oh, you guys can't see. I'm looking down here at these dots to make sure that they're still over the vias while I'm lining this up. Okay, I gotta add some more solder, but that's a little bit, that's okay, and I don't think I have any bridging. Those pins seem to stay where they were, at least that one there. The other one was what, in the middle there somewhere? I don't see it moving, so I think those are lined up better. I know the glare is really bad, but Dan knows me. Shut up, Alteracious. He's like, this guy's an idiot. He's gonna mess this up somehow. Okay, let's add some more flux though first. I know there's probably you guys are probably like, what? And we're just gonna add a little bit more solder in certain spots. Just trying to melt the flux a little bit so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay. This just really isn't that bad. So far it seems slightly easier than the PS2 one, so knock on wood. Hopefully nothing disastrous happens. Okay, cool. Okay, so I will clean that up with some alcohol, but while we're here, let's also, do I have all 4 of my components here? Yeah, okay. Let's also solder these. I know there's a bunch of crap on my soldering iron. What the hell? Okay, there we go. All right, let me clean this up and then we'll actually inspect it. Hey, Artemis, what's up? Hey, Yakiyam. Obi-Wan. I think I might have said hello already. I think we're looking good here. Not amazing and not 100% uniform, but I think we've got some good joints at least. Guess I can zoom way in there, or a little bit more. There we go. I don't know, close enough. Good. Okay, now, excuse me. Let's worry about the ones that are over here. These views up here. Good. Yeah, it's just me listening to like 12 people, or I guess, holy cow, there's 50 people in the call, in the stream. Hello, everyone. Imagine if I had 50 people in a Discord call with me trying to tell me how to do this. Just relax. Oh, I can imagine. Has it been positive for the most part, Artemis? Wait, you have a Jurassic Park Jeep, Artemis? Okay, so now it kind of gets a little hairy. I've got, looks like 1, 2, plus this long one here. I've got a few of these things that I've got to figure out what to do with. So let's switch back to the window. Yep, my face cam's still broken, isn't it? Hello? Oh, hello. There we go. Okay. Now let's look at the photos. So these ones are way over here on the right side. So maybe we'll do those ones first. These other two are here. Actually, you know what? I don't know which is which. So this is less than helpful, unfortunately. I think possibly the top one. Oh, you guys can't see it because my head's in the way. It looks kind of like the top one. Oh gosh, we just enhanced. I think the middle one is the one that goes to the right, and the top one is the one that goes to the left over here. I have closer in photos of this, so that's not really what I was confused about, because I have these photos here. So I do know that exactly which via they need to go into, but I don't know which one is which. Yeah, maybe I can I message someone? Well, I'm gonna go with my gut, which was what? I don't know, maybe I'll start with the other one then, actually. Okay. So that's over here. So let's get a close-up of that. Okay. So that's up on my screen. Now we're gonna go in the microscope here. We're gonna clean out the vias. We're gonna scratch away some solder mask on the vias that we want to solder to. So let's go back to the microscope. Okay, so it's somewhere around here. So this is where our double thing is here. It looks like I need to, let's zoom in. The first via that I need to solder to is this one here. And it looks like it's, for my GameCube, it's this one here. For my GameCube, that's clear already. So I'm not gonna scratch any solder masks because there isn't any. Now the second one is right up next to this. It's here. This is the second one. Is it? Oh no, it's all the way up here. Sorry. This one? I think it's this one. And I don't, oops, sorry, you guys can't see that. I think it's this one, and you guys don't really, there's a little bit of mask. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take my X-Acto and just try to see if I can get a little bit of the mask off just by scratching it. I think it is already good, but yeah, you never know. Just give it a better chance to make a good connection in there. And there's some goop in there. Get the goop out. Okay, good enough. Cool. Oh, Wedgeroth. Just saw your message. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Or actually, you know what? It probably is better to start with the second one, huh? Shit. Did I just cleared the wrong via. That is the wrong via. Why did I do that? It's this one down here. Okay, that was dumb. Okay, sorry about that. I'm confused about where they go. I cleaned off this one. I should have cleaned off this one diagonally down here. I think that it's mostly good. Don't really seem to be doing anything. Okay, fine. Okay, if this is soldered there, okay, sorry, I'm trying to fold this. So basically what you need to do is you kind of have to fold this like origami, like up, like this, at like a 90. then sorry, I know this is not easy to do and show you guys. Shit, why didn't I think of this? I'll just put some solder into it. Then I'll remember where it is. Okay. The top one goes C225, that's over there. Oh, I see different variants use different labelings. I'm pretty sure that it's this one. Oh gosh. There we go, that one. Okay, so there's that one, then the other one is this one. There we go. Cool. Okay, now doing my best to fold. Hold on, I'm going to read the chat in a minute, but I want to do this first. That might be easier to. I'm going to add a little flux. Okay. Where's my... Okay, so my strat is going to be to, like, it's on there a little bit, but it's not good enough. So I'm going to try to, like... This is kind of crazy to hold. See you later. Okay, let's just do this. Do the middle one is there, but I just want to do the top one. Let's add some flux. Dang, this is hard. I know you guys can't see anything because it's like reflecting right there. Okay, sick. I think that's good. And I'll clean it up and then I'll show. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, let's clean it up and I'll show you. This looks like garbo, but it's fine. Let's clean it up. I don't really love this joint, but for the sake of me not messing it up, I'm gonna leave it. I think it's connected, but it's kind of, yeah, it's a little scuffed, but it's fine. They're both on there. So that's the top one up there and the bottom one there. Again, wait for final instructions while you do this. I'm just guessing off of pictures I got from Lootwig, so yeah. Okay. So that's the long wires. Now I've got to come down here to figure out these short wires. And what did I say those were going to go to? Okay, let's pre-tin them. They're over here. They're up by the screw post. There is a, near this C222. Okay, so let me look in here. This one here, so let's zoom in. Look for where it says C222, then this top row, oops. This top row near this yellow line, this is the row where we're soldering to. So I'm just scuffing the solder mask. Here, this one. And then it's the far right one. Okay, cool. I guess we can pre-tin them. I probably should just switch to using my smaller soldering iron tip, but YOLO. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, sick. Now, let me go back to that photo. Underscore says, wow, I just subbed to your channel. Do I do custom orders? I don't currently do custom orders, but I don't know. That may change in the future, but for now, I don't. So I would try to follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky. And if I was ever going to do a send-in service type thing, I would contact there or message through there. So yeah, I think I have links to both of them. Or if I don't, I have at least my Twitter. I'm Dubes an Hour also on Blue Sky, so you can look me up there too. All right, let's go back to this photo and blow it up real big. Okay, the top one goes to the left, I believe. The middle one goes to the right. Just confirming that, trying to look at other pictures if I can. Yeah. Yep. Top one goes to the left. Middle one goes to the right. So what am I talking about? So the top one is this this one here. So this one goes to the left one up here. Oh no, I got paste on my finger. Oh well. Okay. Let me try to do a better job with that one. Some fresh solder on my actual solder, my soldering iron. There we go, that's that one. All right, now the middle one goes to the other side, to the right over here. It's under my mound of flux. This one is sort of hard to position. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, that, I believe this, you know, obviously wait for Dan's final guide because this might be wrong and I might be blowing up this GameCube / gem. But it looks like the top one goes left and the middle one goes right there. So, yep. Let's clean it up. Are we almost ready? No, I think we have to do one more bend and something else. And nobody asked that, I'm just, I don't know, preempting it. Oh, here's something I want to do. We were curious, my girlfriend and I were curious where most people that are watching this are watching from. So if you live in the United States, if you live on the East Coast, press 1. If you live in Central Time, press 2. If you live on the West Coast, are there 4 or are there 3 time zones in America? I guess we'll go with 3, because I think it's 3 because it's Pacific time. So if you're Pacific time, type 3. And if you're from Europe, type 4. If you're from anywhere else besides Europe, type 5. Okay, we have lots of East Coast. 4 is Europe. Okay, nice. 2 is Central. So, okay, Eastern, Central. Couple of West Coast people. I forgot Mountain Time. Is it what makes Mountain Time different? You know what? Now that I'm looking at this photo from another angle, maybe no, I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong about that. We're gonna try it like this and we'll see if it works. Eastern, okay. Mountain. Mountain Time doesn't exist. 3 for Mountain Time. Yeah, so is Mountain and Pacific Time different? Let's see, Eastern. to, what, Central Time is 1 hour. Oh, then Mountain Time is 2 hours, and Pacific Time is 3 hours. Got it. Okay, sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone that's in Mountain Time. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, we have to bend more things over here. That's funny. Well, I'm not a geologist or whatever, so I'm trolling. Okay. All right, so there are more bits here, and I think that we've got to do some kind of a fancy benderino, but let's see if I can find a photo. Let's go back to the instructions. Instructions is in air quotes. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we have an interesting bend thing going on here. But you'll notice, I guess, out of the corner of this picture, it looks like it solders to the ground pin of the digital port. So that's how I'm gonna fold this. Let's go to the microscope. Oh, I didn't even realize Canada. I think your time zones are the same, right? It's geologist. Yeah, I was trolling. I'm trolling. I know geologist is not that. Geologists are rock people, right? Okay. So we're at a 90 degree now from our original spot. So I'm not like hard bending this over. I'm just kind of getting it lined up over here, so that I can solder it. Actually, before I do that, I want to look ahead to where this thing has to go. Okay, got it. It goes to toward the left a bit, so that's fine. We have some wiggle room. All right, before I do that, though, I'm going to add some solder here. Get the juices flowing. Oh, you know what? I think now is the time that we have to think about the port, removing the port. Let's think about this for a minute. Let's take a look at, I know it's kind of chaotic here with everything. Let's take a look at what the other parts that we have in the bag. So I didn't get this other bag. Oh God, I see screws. Okay, so these are the screws. There is this foam bit. We'll come back to the foam bit. I have these interesting spacers. Let me turn this light off because this light is just blasting. I have these like spacer things here. Come back to those. Screw. Here is the full-sized HDMI port. So this is kind of what I was looking for. I think that the way that it is, what is that? Is that a spot for a nut? I don't think it comes with the nut. Is it just a normal screw? You could 3D print the back cover. We've heard that removing the AV port could be challenging. Well, I probably should not have soldered the flex cable the first then, should I? Okay, well, quartz clock, yeah, that's funny. I'm kind of stuck with what I want to do. All right, so if you missed the beginning, this the RetroGEM for the GameCube can go in 3 different places, and that's why they're kind of all optional, I guess. So you have to pick one, obviously. But if you have a 101, is this a 101? No, 001. if you have a model that has both of the digital port, or the digital and the analog port, you can choose to install it either, so like basically desolder the digital port, or desolder the analog port and put the HDMI, this full-size HDMI, in either location. Or if you want to keep both of the ports, you can install them like the GC Dual did, or the Pluto, I suppose, and it goes in a little spot up here, so you can either cut a hole in your stock case, you know, not ideal, but that's for a mini HDMI, or you can 3D print one of the, I think Blue Shell designed one. So Blue Shell has one that's a 3D print that you could print, and it already has the hole, so you could do that. I am going to opt to put it into, I believe, the digital port, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna put it there because I still want to be able to use the analog video. I have other consoles that have, you know, other options. I think HDMI and the digital port would be the most convenient. I do have the the desoldering iron, so we'll see. Is that for the slot and the back cover? So basically, the bigness of this full-size HDMI port is that it will fill the hole that either port, the digital or the analog port, will take up. So with that being said, I don't know if there's any other prep. Like I said, this is before any of the instructions are finished, so I don't know. I guess we could just try to remove that port. I don't know if I need to remove other things, so put a fair amount of low melt. I don't have any low melt, unfortunately. All right, let's try it, I guess, right? Do I want to use the? No, I think I might be finished with the microscope for now. Let's put that away. And let's bring back the overhead cam. Let's get all of our stuff out of the way. Let's put it all back in here. Oops. I do not know if I'm seeing there's like a spot here for a bolt, or a nut, I mean. I don't know what that's about. I don't really know, honestly. Well, why do that when you could do the much simpler and less destructive option of mounting it where the GC Dual mounts? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could. I just thought, you know, full-size HDMI is convenient. Plus, the fact that this is an option, you know, you probably want some people, and I'm not to say that I actually hate ruining consoles, but I'm fine if this gets ruined because of my stupidity, just to be a guinea pig. So I know people are going to be like, don't do that. I respectfully, yes, but also no. I'm going to try to remove this just to try it, you know. I don't think I'm really going to ruin it, but you don't know. So let's heat up the Hacko. Yeah, that's where the Carby would plug into, anyways. GC dual mount option and cut a hole in the rear panel. Yes, so I think that's probably the best option for most people. Yeah, that's the end of that sentence. That's probably the best. That's what I would probably recommend to most people. But YOLO? Respectfully, yeah. Hey, Belmont. Yes, pretty much. That's great. No, I mean, I appreciate people's opinions and things for sure. If it dies, it dies. I hate removing ports. True. Yeah, that's true. I understand where you're coming from, Arthur Miss. You know, that's kind of why I wish that the Xbox, or like the Stellar HD Plus, you know what, let's get some fresh solder in here in these. The Xbox HD Plus has, it should have been a cut mod in my opinion. I guess I could have still used the microscope. Not like the analog video on an Xbox is good at all, but having the option to do it is good. This is more so to find out, like, hey, are there any other things that need to get removed to make this other install work? Right? Like, I don't know if removing this port is all I need to do, or do I have to do other things? Kind of making a mess. There's also probably a way to do this with hot air. Low melt probably is the least risky. I should get some. Okay. You could put 20. Yeah, that's right. You could put 20 HDMI ports on an Xbox. True. You could have dual output Xbox. Why the hell would you want that? I don't know. Yeah, but that's the one major gripe I would say that I have about the Xbox mods that Dustin has made. Let me see. How can I do this without making it blurry for you guys? I don't know. My crap is all over the place here. But yeah, that's still confusing about what this nut is for. Maybe I have to reach out to Dan to figure out what that actually does. I guess for ha-has, I could just test it, just the port, right? But I guess I'm committed now to removing the port at least. Okay, I'm gonna do this kind of not in a way where you guys can see, because I need to see more than you guys need to see. Hold on, I'll take a break in a second here. Those holes are gonna need, whew, some more solder. Is that D's nut? Yeah. What is the other side of the HDMI bracket? What does the other side of the HDMI? Oh, it's just a it's a flex cable connector that the flap is up on, I guess. Yeah. Yep. So it goes from the RetroGEM board to a flex cable to this. So, or you know, a more traditional one of these guys. So really, you sky's the limit on where you want to mount the big one too. I mean, you could even 3D print and design a full-size HDMI port if you wanted to. Where is the nut mounted? It looks like it's on the bottom. Because, well, I guess actually that would be the top if it was installed like the other ones. But it's under the board is what I'm trying to say, like that. Can't really tell. Well, yeah, I probably should be using hot air here. You're probably right. But we're going to keep going. I'm going to keep being wrong. Yeah, especially this one's in the middle is going to be like impossible. Yeah, there's some ones in the middle there that are going to be hard. Let's see. Where am I at here? The analog to digital mod, I think, had the same kind of screw hole, and it's to keep the HDMI port from mounting in the bracket. Moving in the bracket when you... Oh, interesting. Oh, I guess that makes sense because... Oh, right. It's just a... It's just a 3D printed thing, and it's like just friction fit in there. That's a good idea. You're probably right. It probably just sandwiches this board to the 3D print. Hot air plus soldering iron. Get the big pool of solder on the pins and move it back and forth while applying hot air. Okay. I guess we'll try that. Do I have a thing to raise up? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up, uppies. Sorry. Grown men don't say uppies. Do I have my... Oh, I do. Yes, this thing. Okay. So I've got a big ass board holder that I can make it little ass. Okay. I can fix her. Okay. Then I put this here. Okay, sweet. I should have done this before doing the flex cable, but here's what I can do. Here, I'm gonna move this. I think you guys should still be able to hear me. All right. This is where everyone tunes in to hate watch. Just kidding. Oh, there's a lot lot going on here. Need more tape. Ah! Dropped it on the floor. Oops. Well, I think that's just to keep this out of the way. It's not really doing anything. Do I have a larger tip than what I was using before? I do. Yep. Biggest tip going on here. Okay, so that's my knife edge, so that'll work. Okay, let's I'll put it on manual focus for now. That'll work. All right, so now I think what Artemis is saying is just blob the heck out of it. Right, so this really add a bunch of solder. Okay, if you're don't watch this part if you don't like cringe, because this is gonna be very cringe. Okay, so I'm gonna actually add solder back to every single via. Sorry, I know it might be out of focus right now, but just hold on. Doing my best. Okay. Okay, now I think I'm going to get something like a... I don't know, tweezers. Something with a little bit of weight. This is going to help me to slowly pry this away from the board. So I can't quite get that in yet. Hopefully the audio is okay. Flood that thing. Embrace the cringe. Yes, indeed. The hate watcher. A larger knife tip? Oh, large K-tip. Okay. Embrace the cringe. Got it. All right. I think I probably want to add more. To be honest. Almost like every pin is probably connected, bridged to the pin next to it. I guess I need a thing that's like, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, sick. All right, now I want my fume extractor. If I can get it here. Okay, fume extractor. Turn that on. This is painful to watch, Extremes. Yes. I love it. I love it. More solder. Okay. Oh my god. Turn it into a giant blob, really? Oh my god. Extremes is probably like they gave this idiot one of these before me. To that I'm say I can't say sorry enough, Extremes. This is an unfortunate world that we live in. On the plus side, we can always start saying open GCN when to Red Herring. Or there are BGA chips on this board. Okay, that has to be enough. Those things are like mega bridged across here. Okay. All right. Let's get the I have my big old, should I use this? Or I have an angled one. I have a small angled one or this big wide open one. I think this is probably going to be better. This is probably the one I want. This looks like all the Pico. Yeah, if you did that to your Pico boot, man. Oh my gosh. No offense to people, but I'm doing this right. That's awesome. All right, here we go. I'm gonna need some kind of a implement. Oh gosh, this is cringe. Are we going here? No. Okay, here we go. I think there's probably enough flux on here. Although, you know what? I feel like anytime that you say that, you have to add more flux to whatever you're doing. So this is one of those moments. This is really it's only cringe if I fail. Okay, great. That makes me feel better about my life. I'll look like a hero if it works. I guess all we have to do is wait for the solder to heat up or to flow. I'd probably be able to see it pretty easily. Oh, I see. Get the iron working. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, look at that. Shit, my iron's on the floor. Ah! Look at that. Oh, not my carpet. Shit. I'm having a hard time. I have no way of like. Okay, there we go. Wait a minute. Doing it. Maybe. Ah! Got so loose that the okay, wait, I gotta take a break now. It started to move a little bit. You can see it here. All right, let's add some more. It's definitely not in my comfort zone right now. 52 people watching me destroy this GameCube for science. There's barely any pin left in there, so I think we're on the right track. Iron heat, no tweezers needed. Okay, all right. Got it. Come out. The port is so close. Now it's stuck. Help. Oh, F. I dremel the board. I'm not going to dremel the board. Yeah. Yeah, watch an idiot install a GameCube on. The problem is it's sticking on these like two back here. Maybe I should desolder those. I guess I just need to go back to adding more solder. I mean, now the solder is just going to the port on the other side, like sticking together all these pins. Yeah, so much for the no-cut solution. If I don't get this thing to work. Wiggle it. It's like the report of murder. You guys are all assholes. Oh my god. I don't want to be on this planet anymore. I probably should get some more flux, eh? Like the report of murder. You guys are jerks. Let's turn back on again. Okay. I don't see what the problem is. 3 hours later. Thank fuck. Okay. I'm gonna go cry. Welcome back, me. We're here for you. Dremel time. Hey, I got it. It's out. It's melted in 1,000 pieces. Actually, I mean, it's very hot, so I'm not going to touch that. But you see how the view count spiked when people started hate watching? I'm just kidding. No, I think that it's good. Doubters in shambles. Oh my God. Wax it on, wax it off. Yeah. All right, let's clean it up and see the devastation. I don't know. I think it's a thing. That's awful. I feel bad for everyone. We are all now dumber for having witnessed that. I think we're good on the captain tape. Did I lose a component? Oops. Was this component always missing? I think this one also might be crooked. I might have lost that one. Is that one of the important ones? Probably. I'm looking around for it. I really do not see it. I mean, it's not that bad. It didn't get mangled that badly. The port, I mean. I don't see that piece. Where the hell did that piece go? It's not needed now. I lost the, yeah, did it stick to the tape? No, it's not on the tape. It was the ESD protection for the port. Hey, not needed anymore. Perfect. Honestly, though, where did it go? I'm looking on the ground. Yeah, well, Tap said, you don't need ESD protection for a port. That's not there anymore. Okay, so I desoldered the middle one, and the right one is moved over a bit. So we will have to address that before I turn the console on. I do not know where that other piece went. I think it might have slid away, but that one's missed. That one's shifted by one pin. I think it's probably safe to say that I won't be testing this tonight. We're still not finished with it anyways. I don't know where that piece went. It's like a resistor array, I think. But where the hell it went? So does that mean that Xtrems has just been in this chat the whole time until it got cringy and then he's like listening and it gets awful and he's like, I'm out. Oh, damn. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's in my parts up here. If it's on the board, that's not good because it could be stuck to anywhere. How could that have gone anywhere? Okay, I needed to be faster. Got it. Okay. It's not on the other side, is it? I mean, this side of the board doesn't look awful. I did drop my soldering iron on the ground. Maybe I actually melted that component into the ground. Oh shit, I definitely melted the ground. That's not a piece though, is it? I'll tell a story. You guys want to hear a story about melting carpet? So I was with the first, when I met my girlfriend, she had, maybe, is this illegal? It might be illegal. telling, or definitely, well, I don't know, is it illegal? We had a hookah, and we dropped one of the hookah coals onto the carpet in our apartment. And so I read online about ways to fix carpet with burn holes. And I discovered that you can just super glue rug on top of it. And obviously this is not how a professional would fix it. But I found extra carpet underneath the oven because it had like a little kitchenette. So I cut a square out of the oven, of the carpet under the oven because you can't see it. And I super glued it, over the burn. Yeah, just check back. It doesn't look like you lost it. Oh, I just checked back? Okay, so I didn't lose it, huh? Interesting. I did, the right one here didn't shift over, so I will have to heat that up and move it over. That's interesting. Huh. Oh, I did knock it over. No, it was actually a hookah. No, I don't, you don't use charcoal for the other thing. I don't know, that thing is gone. She gone. Oh man, I'm just frantically looking around for it. Oh well, I'll have to find what that is, but. Okay, all right. I believe you, Obi-Wan. I'll have to look back. Yeah, there's carpet under the oven. I know that they kind of deserve that, so whatever. The oven was like right on the edge of the living room, so it was, yeah, not crazy, but still, I was sort of like you guys, like, what? Who does that? I don't know if I permanently discolored this or what. Let me go down here. I may have. God. Take pity on me. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that Nintendo designed their ports like this. Ugh. I feel terrible because that looks awful. Okay. It was knocked loose by the iron. Okay. It was occupied. Okay. So it's just gone somewhere. It got yeeted. It said yeet. I'll also have to check the video to see where it flew to because I do not see it in the immediate vicinity of my desk. To solve this problem, you should always work on every project on the floor. Can't fall off the floor if you're already, or fall onto the floor if you're already on the floor. That's a joke because who the hell would do that? All right, one more look on the floor here before I give up and move on. I need to vacuum my floor. Nope, not there. Not there. Okay, well, I'm semi-giving up for now. All right, let's get rid of, okay, that's a good idea. Let's, Red Panda says to clean some of this up with a braid, solder braid. Let's try it. I did lost it, okay. It was really moving, so it probably cruised off the edge. Ah, damn it. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. We're getting some yellow back. Let's switch to my knife edge, or sorry, my chisel tip. I just want to make sure that we're not bridging any pads or anything. We're probably not going to get 100% here. Unless I really take a lot of time and do it. Damn, actually, I think I have to do that now, don't I? Oh, hey, Voltar. Ethanol. No, that's okay. That's a good tip. I don't have any ethanol. That's a tool of that, and yeah, I'll have to try that. I think I'm actually going to be done for tonight too, because we have more things to install. So let's try to think about the next steps here. So, okay, after I fix this mess in here, I don't think I'm ever going to find that component, but it sounds like, according to XTrems, it's probably not necessary. Well, that's the ESD protection for this port. So I have to fix this right one, because the right one is, it's shifted over by a pin now. So I'll have to fix that. Then this flex cable goes like this. That's the reason I had to mess with the port right now, in order to get the, I never would have been able to do that with this in the way. So this is going to go here, and then there's actually one more little piece here that gets soldered to the analog, one of the analog ports here. Then I'm not exactly sure. We can look. Let's look at the photos again. Okay. So as far as actually mounting the board, it looks like it goes. Are these just soldered? So I have these things. Are these just, did these just get soldered onto this board? Or are they like through, oh my God, are these through hole screw mounts? Let me just check out what this is. Without losing them, I hope. Okay, there's actually, oh, is there a little nubbin? I see a little nub on the bottom, like a little, I don't mean to use this term, but like a nipple or something in the middle. I believe, no, I didn't just drop it. I did drop it, but I didn't lose it. I believe, I think, is that how you're supposed to solder it in there? This is crazy. I guess it gets soldered to here. My hands are too sticky from the flex now, but I think they get soldered onto that, because this piece This piece mounts somewhere. Let me get the orientation correct. Okay, so I see. So it does get soldered to the side, the side that has the vias. This, it could be. I'm not sure if that's because Dan sent this to me early, or if that's going to be the expectation when actually doing this yourself. But I don't know. I don't know that. But in the end, it's going to solder somewhere around here, like that. And then those two screw hole thingies get soldered there. And then that is what the GEM board, the GEM gets attached to that after we solder the jumpers and everything. So that's the actual physical mounting of the GEM, which is pretty cool. I like how it's underneath. Right, so you don't have to remove the heatsink if you don't want to. Well, I mean, you don't need to, so don't, I guess, because it's all on the bottom, the underside. So the other side, those are SMG, so they need to be soldered. Okay, they're not through hole, but they're SMG. I've never seen those. Well, I've probably seen them, but not had to solder them myself. So that's an interesting new thing. It doesn't add RGB to the analog out. Yeah, sorry. I guess I should have mentioned that earlier. This is not like the... Sorry, Nick. Balteri. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Yes. I have a feeling that we're probably never going to see an analog mod again from PixelFX. A mod that gives both an HDMI output and an analog output. I think that's probably not going to happen again. So the GC Dual enabled RGB in the analog port when you installed the GC Dual. That's the dual part, right? So you get the HDMI output, but you also can output over analog, well, RGB through analog. This will not do that. This will not add the RGB. So I guess I should have clarified that earlier. So we have a little way to go. I think I'm gonna leave that here for now. I'll order some ethanol to try to clear that up. That's a good tip. And then, yeah, it'll have to probably be next week. I streamed today because tomorrow's a Super Bowl. So I'm gonna be watching at my friends. I don't really care about football that much, but it's an excuse to get out of the house. So I streamed tonight instead. GCVideo Lite. Oh, interesting. GCVideo Lite. What does GCVideo Lite give you? Interesting. Okay, well. Ooh, vodka. Maybe I should get vodka instead. Analog only. I see. It's like an analog, it's like an RGB board or something. All right, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I know, I hope my my warning was enough to have people understand that this is probably not the recommended way of doing this. If you don't, you probably should be doing the GC Dual style mini HDMI port, which, as far as I know, Dan is going to include every single variant, right? So I do see a mini HDMI in the bag here, okay, with an extra little breakout. That does not include, there is a 3D printable little sled. I have a feeling by the time this is out, because I think somebody sent, I think it was Dan, somebody sent, I'm not sure, somebody from the PixelFX Twitter account sent the little brackets, the STL, either the STL maybe or something. They sent it to Blue Shell. Blue Shell was the person who made the 3D printable back plate that has the port in it. That's probably the move. It's just a 3D print. We'll wait for Blue Shell to update the model for this, and then print that, and then just do the GC Dual mount. It's a no-brainer, I think. You don't have to worry at all about the port thing. But I would say if you want to do the port thing and you're looking to do this, just be careful and good luck, because if you're like me and you don't do this often, you could definitely do it bad. Yeah. I don't know though. I mean, other than losing the components, I don't think I damaged the board just by looking at it. I mean, obviously we have to turn it on to find out, but yeah. So that's all. Thanks, thanks, Voltar. I bet it will be like the DC version where you have to purchase the different mounting options separately. I think that Dan said that they were all going to be included, but I can clarify, and obviously we're going to clarify, well, I hope that they clarify. Here's the thing, you know, as much as I do like working with the PixelFX people, their team, our relationship is not so much as like, you know, I'm not screening every communication that they do. So like they do stuff that I'm not aware of, and this is not in a negative way. I just mean like, you know, I type the newsletter and then I send it to Dan, or they proofread it and make sure that everything that I'm saying is factually accurate, and then they send it out, right? So I don't have anything to do with actually posting it on their website or emailing them. They kind of just do that, or Dan does that when he's ready after the newsletter is finished. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't have all the information about this yet, but I thought that he said that it was going to include both ways of doing it. So I can clarify that before the pre-order, not the pre-order. It should be as soon as they get it from after Chinese New Year. We have the Pluto I haven't installed. I want to get a Pluto now too, just to kind of complete the collection, because I don't have a Pluto modded one. So, all right, thanks everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all the suggestions. I'm not sure what's going to be next. Probably this, because I think a lot of people are excited about this. Although probably by the next, well, I'm hoping by next week they'll have an announcement of when it can be, when you can actually purchase one. So it's a different. I like the style of this. Actually, what's the other? The GC Dual was the other one that I did. The GC Dual, I think, was more involved in this, I believe. So this is actually a simple, relatively simple install. You do not have to remove the heatsink, and if you don't remove the ports, it's dumb easy to install the mini HDMI. Make sure I don't have any shorts. Yep, on the port, you mean? Yeah. I'll have to keep looking for that little piece. As far as what Xtrems was saying, I think I can just remove those two, because the other one is misaligned. I'm better off just removing it than trying to slide it over. If those are really for, I'm just still trying to look for it on my desk here. If those are really for ESD protection, although I don't know if that's a well, you can't plug anything in it. There's no port there. Ugh, that's annoying. Oh well. All right. Oops, hit the wrong button. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you in a week. Bye everyone.